Hello and welcome to another episode. Today was my second last day of placement for university for my Occupational Therapy degree. It was an exciting day, and although I don't look like I'm dressed for OT, I have been indeed working doing OT all day. And I thought, you know what? Why not do another little episode? So, for today's episode, I have a few treats. I have a gift which was given to me by my supervisor, my wonderful and pretty phenomenal supervisor who has supported me all throughout my placement. And her name is Jude. She's English. And today we had some lunch together and had a laugh, and we looked back at all the fun times during placement. I mentioned that my favorite things that she says is I have to go to the loo, and she has this funny way of calling pants trousers. So that's just a little something about my lovely supervisor. She has actually gifted me these. What are these, you may be wondering? Let's take a closer look. These are British mix gummies or gums, and they're from my supervisor's homeland of England, and they're actually made in the United Kingdom, as you can see from the back. So I'll just have a little read through. They are made in the United Kingdom and imported into Australia and New Zealand. So thank you. I will be getting into these later. The focus of this cheeky little video today was to celebrate the end of this final placement and an amazing new degree, which I'm very passionate about. And I thought, why don't we go for a little adventure and explore what is it that occupational therapists actually do? Because a lot of people ask me that. And so I thought for today's activity, I could write down some things that OTs tend to help with and the people that they may help as well. So, as always, grab a tea. Today I am sponsored by a black English breakfast, no milk, and it's in my lovely flower and butterfly mug. So go and get yourself your favorite tea and a treat if you're feeling a bit freaky. And I also have these. So, as always, without further ado, we get the trusty knife. And this is such a lovely box, really. I don't want to waste too much time, but they're Walker's biscuits. And I saw them the other day on special. Originally, they were for some family friends who were coming over. And I thought, what a great way to spend the afternoon and have some afternoon tea. And it turns out they did not arrive. So that means that's more for Sammy. Okie dokie. How will we do this? Got that tape. That is a refreshing sight. Actually tells you the number of biscuits. If we look at the back here, don't know if you can see it. So it has 6 of these little ones and 6 of these guys. 3 of these round ones, and 3 wonderful little love hearts. So let's get into this. Tell you what, I am liking this box, the Walker's box. Let's have a little look. See what we can find inside. Now, some tasty little crinkly sounds there for my ASMR enthusiasts. We have our tray with our beautiful biscuits. Actually, might just cut this baby open, just like so. Lovely. Opening them up, I have just the butter, the smell of butter wafting into my nose, I have to say. That is absolutely stunning. Just joking. To the side. Right, and here we have a lovely selection. And I'll just be snacking on these while I write down those things that OTs help with. So I might start with a little love heart, of course. Dip that in. Expertly done. I must say, this feels very luxurious. Luxurious? Luxurious. The texture of the biscuits, thick, but also delicate. They're not quite crunchy, but sort of melt in your mouth, buttery, just delicious. Mixed with that tea, it's a perfect combination. Okay, so let's just get into it. Okie dokie. So here we are again, and we have our trusted little book. Mind the notes. And this is actually a lovely card that my supervisor made for me yesterday with a client who has a business where she makes cards. So I haven't read this yet. And yeah, but I can see there's something here. There's a little penguin by the looks of it. So I'm looking forward to opening that. And just open up to a new fresh page. Wonderful. Yeah, so teas are all about daily living skills, things that fill up your day, things such as showering, dressing, grooming, going to the toilet. Apologies for the shabby writing as well. That's right. also help with physical rehab. Just going to keep these a bit briefer. Whoa! Apologies for that one. That wasn't very ASMR-y of me. So, daily living skills, physical rehab. With physical rehab, we also have hand function, and coordination. So, OTs, daily living skills, physical rehab. I hope you guys can read that. So, We see a lot of these. I see a lot of kids with this and this. This placement has been good because I have seen a lot of people with acquired brain injuries, which is very interesting. And supporting them with their occupations, whether it's daily living or coming up with routines or visual schedules or helping them with budgeting, just all different things. Another big one that I do is I work a lot with kids. So as I was saying, we do a lot of fine motor skills, especially handwriting, which, as you can see, I could probably work on. A lot of school readiness things to do with fine motor skills. We do lots of kids have sensory processing challenges, so they have issues with whether it's taste or movement or things touching them, even their clothes. Sounds, light, they can be sensitive to those things, so we work on that. We teach kids how to be assertive at school and how to have good social skills and play skills so they can interact with their fellow participants and their friends. A lot of supporting children. Last one for today. Just gonna keep it straightforward. Lots of falls prevention, especially with the oldies, whether that's setting up falls alarms or teaching them energy conservation techniques. Yeah, we do a lot of that. Making sure the equipment is right, like their bed height is appropriate, the couch height is appropriate, so they can get in and out easily without being at risk of falling. Home mods. Yeah, a lot of home mods, especially with the older participants. All right. Okay, so just going over it quickly. We do daily living skills, physical rehab, especially after an injury or illness or condition, mental health support, disability support. These are just some examples of the disorders that we commonly see. Supporting children, those are the things we do. Workplace and aging support, do a lot of that as well. If you hung around for that whole video, I appreciate that. I hope it gave you a little idea of what it is that OTs actually do. And unfortunately, I didn't get a chance to delve into these puppies, but perhaps in a future video. And on that note, I'm going to sign out. Have a great night and see you in the next one.